Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AOC Masters 2024. I'm of course your caster Gobbles, and I'll be taking you through all the action for today and tomorrow before we head into the finals weekend with Daniel Coden, as you guys know him, over at PLQ next weekend, next Saturday, 7th of September at PLQ. Of course, it's going to be in PLQ 3, 5th story, 0501. Don't miss it if you can be there, Yeah, there's going to be 8 players who make it all the way there, right? We're running 2 brackets. Remember, it's a 40 player tournament, right? Running 2 separate groups, and we're going to filter out the semi-finalists of each group by the end of this weekend. What that means is that we're going to be going through the preliminary stages 1 and 2 today, before heading over to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Of course, a lot to play for here. Remember, AOC Masters is a regional event, right? What that means is we've got players from Australia, from Indonesia, from Thailand, from Vietnam, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, right? All these players, 2 from each country, are going to make it into the finals that's going to be happening in Bangkok around about the 17th to the 20th of October. So the best 2 players for the entirety of the event will be able to book themselves free flights, free accommodation over there to play their hearts out and to battle for the better part of the grand prize of US $1,200. The winners here, they'll be rewarded handsomely already, right? And we talked about this before, right? Both winners will walk away with $388 in cash alongside a monitor, the Q27G4 monitor, and a keyboard, a mouse, as well as a headset, all courtesy of AOC. Right, the mouse, the GM310, the keyboard, AGK600, as well as the headset, GH300. Right, but if you do make it all the way to the finals and unfortunately you just miss out, like you just miss the final hurdle, it's not too bad as well. Right, you go back with $188 in cash. You go out with the 27G4 monitors as well as the peripheries. Right, the GM310, so the same as what the champions will receive. The keyboard, AGK450. As well as the GH300 worth $89. That headset is one that you definitely want, right? So top 4 overall, and you're going to be rewarded pretty handsomely, right? But to get there, these players have to play their hearts out, and we will be moving on to the second map, and that's going to be Sunset. We start off on it in mid of Ascent earlier on in the day, and as we've moved to the second stage of the preliminaries, we are going to put ourselves into the mid of Sunset. First Love against SK005. So yeah, we were supposed to have another game on stream, right? But unfortunately, I think a player did not show up, so we are going to have this instead, right? First Love is the first seed in the tournament. He is someone who I think a lot of us should be pretty familiar with, right? So definitely the favorite here. SK made it through the first round of the preliminaries to get here, and let's see if he's gonna have anything to say, or if it's gonna be First Love to just take it pretty convincingly, which I think all the favorites in the initial round of matchups have done. So yeah, let's see, right? It's going to be SK on the Sky and First Love on the Omen. Pistol round, a lot of players having different strategies, right? It's whether or not you want to go for the ghost, you want to go for the classic with half shields, and First Love with it on the smokes actually. He's gonna equip himself with a handy little ghost. He's gonna tempt SK forward, beating it. Ooh, First Love has been taken down pretty low already. Remember, he doesn't have shields to play with, so he's actually gonna move across, breaks the recon dog of the Sky. She puts a smoke right on the Sky itself. The flash doesn't catch anyone, but First Love catching SK off guard, right? Expecting First Love to be closer towards the bottom of middle, but he already moved all the way through tiles. Just catches him to his left. So yeah, that's a good way to end the first round, right? I think middle of sunset is, a good place to have the duel as well, right? There's two options again. In fact, you have three options for the attackers, right? You can choose to move further forward or take the battle from bottom mid, but changing, the angle that you fight your opponent. Whereas for SK, he's got two main options, but you can always push down on the defense. It's first blood in the favor of First Love. The flash gives away his position. Oh, he's actually kind of aggressive. SK again using the wolf. He's only got a singer, right? So he has to try and limit the range and try and get First Love to come closer to him. But First Love is gonna swing on out. Gets tagged a little bit. Just playing cautious, and again SK just limiting the range. He knows that there's a stinger in play, and therefore he's increasing the distance between him and his opponent. And now goes back in. 4 bullets in the chamber for First Love, but he only needs 2, right? Gets the headshot in the second attempt. And that's 2-0. Nice conversion from the pistol round win, but yeah, this is going to be our first look at if SK can bring a lot to the table. Or what he has in store for us. I think, yeah, it's going to be an early smoke to be deployed, I think, once again by First Love. But let's see if SK really can hang in there mechanically. He's actually bought the judge. And that's really interesting, right? There's no way he looks to take the duel out there, right? And he knows that SK has the judge right now. So all he needs to do is just take longer range duels, right? Stand behind, there's no way you lose that duel from there. And that's going to be 3-0. This is shaping up to be a pretty comfortable half so far for First Love, right? Cool as you like. He knows he's the favorite, he doesn't have to do anything crazy. Just give me a measured. Is SK gonna finally go up with a rifle? He actually purchased up the operator. So that could be interesting. I think that's the intention this round. Let's go on in. His First Love gonna be ready for it. He expects him to be up front once again, but the TP just over to the other side, actually up on top. Right, nice little change in elevation there. Not one that SK expects. Jumps out. Looks for the fight. Oh, SK. Oh, it gives away his position. Right now, First Love knows exactly where he is. Alright. Spam through the smoke. And he gets it. Operator didn't even fire a single bullet. And yeah, I mean, the in-game sound says it perfectly, right? You're changing sides, but it's already almost the end for First Love. SK, just a little bit unfortunate on timing there on that swing, right? Just falling into a stray bullet here from First Love. But then again, right, just giving away his position. First Love, I think he was trying to account for a lot of different possible scenarios. So yeah, played it well. SK, what do you have to respond with? Potentially going down a map already.
Don't let me down now, yeah?
Rocking the classic skins as well. Oh, instant teleport up there. Very aggressive here from First Love. It's all the way down to timing, right? He has to watch both sides. And out comes SK. He's able to win the duel. And he does net himself a round. Finally. And that after getting flawed on the defense. First Love getting a bit aggressive, right? Trying to just show off a little bit. Actually gets caught with his pants down, right? Both of them, right, took their time for the kills. But it was SK to come out on top. So yeah, I don't think First Love will be too keen on going for a similar maneuver. He's actually going to purchase out the Bulldog with half armor. It's a Spectre for SK. It's going to be interesting. Oh, the flash is going to be good. Oh, holding the off angle as well. He knows exactly where he is. First Love, dotting the eyes. Knows where his opponent is. He's got him stuck between a rock and a hard place. And he's going to win it out. Off the flash, SK unable to detect him. And then First Love picks his timing. Swings on the pivots on the swivel. gets the kill in the end, and that's gonna be, yep, I mean, a comfortable game for First Love. And that's map 1 going in his favor, right? Looking to put himself into the quarterfinals already, right? The winner of this will face the winner between PRX Mian Pao and Ikigai. I mean, yeah, Mr. Brad has already won. So, yeah, these two will be playing the quarterfinals. That's gonna happen tomorrow, right? And I think, if I'm not wrong, I mean, First Love still has to get past, but he still has to win the second map. But I think he's looking good to win it all the way. Yeah. So right, let's see. The cam's a little bit out of focus. Let me see if we can fix this. Right. You know how it goes. Let me see. Alright, is it better now? Yes, I think it is. Yes, alright. Hi, this is Gobbles. It's still Gobbles. I'll be here till tomorrow, so you kind of have to bear with it. But yeah, I mean, First Love, 1-0 up in this series. We've got 5 preliminary stage 2 matches coming up, so that's gonna be interesting for you guys to look out for. Yeah, that is the first of 5. After this, we've got Charming Ninja's match coming up, right? Victoria. I mean, I think all of you guys should know her, right? If you watch VCT, you definitely see her around. She's gonna be playing against Seafoam. So yeah, we're still gonna stay on Sunset throughout all the 5 maps. So that's gonna be that. I think the players are ready, so we can hop on in to the match as soon as they do lock in their agents, right? Yeah. But I think it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts, right? What do you guys think is the play here, right? We've seen a couple of we've seen a lot of different approaches to it, right? We've seen everything except Sentinels here on the mainstream, right? But I've heard that there were players playing on the Sentinels in the off-stream games, right? First Love going for the smokes. We've seen players go for the initiators and do this as well. I think the Neon from Mist was pretty interesting. The Yoru as well on Ascent, that was something to behold. But yeah, in map 2, SK down a series, down a point, but he's got the chance to make it up, right? Best of 3. So 5 rounds here, and then we're talking. First Love is looking good right now. He's gonna be looking to continue that form. Phoenix this time for SK. Oh, has been spotted already. Doesn't know if he could cross. Oh, okay. Fetches. Oh, he's gonna get blind. Has stuck in behind the box. First Love giving his position away. First Love is ready for him. Both of them just gotta whip their shots a little bit here and there. Has to go for the reload, and both of them are just so incredibly low. SK though, able to heal up. First Love has to nail him on the headshot. I don't think SK expects this, but now he knows exactly where his opponent is. Smoke buys him space to reposition. He's actually going to play up front. SK, oh, First Love still wins it out. The one position that SK was not expecting. And it's going to be the Omen once again to win the pistol. It's gonna be tough if SK, right? You're gonna look at the damage there and be like, oh, I was so close to finishing him off. But just wasn't to be.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Let's see. Another roll of the dice here. SK once again, the Spectre coming on now. It's a Guardian coming out from First Love. Right, knows exactly where SK is after the flash. The audio cue giving it away, and instant readjustment to the head of the Phoenix. 2-0. Yeah, this could be going pretty quickly. Third row of the dice now for SK. Let's get a couple of rounds on the board. He's got a Vandal against the Guardian, so weapons advantage. First up, once again, going a little bit aggressive. Smoke, that could be a one way for anyone picking on the left, but SK, he knows exactly where First Love is. Oh, once again, duos have to come up. It's all down to the headshots. First Love just struggling to nail the head of SK this time. And it's the Vandal with a bit of a labored spray. But he does manage to collect the round, and he's gonna halve the round deficit. Gives himself a chance to come back in, grow back into the game. Let's see. Plus, it's really trying to be aggressive on the defense, right? Just pushing down middle every single round. Oh, actually, instant teleport up. Oh, SK might have played this well. Right? Don't know. I'm not sure if First Love expects him. Oh, he does. He's still able to find the frag at the end. So, yeah, 3-1. Again, another dominant half from First Love. This time on the defense. Hopefully, SK does have something to say. Maybe he's going to change it up, right? For the first time, maybe just peeking from market. The classics once again. Half shoots for SK, but a ghost straight up for First Love. Chance for him to close it out in 2, right? Already taking round 1. And now just looking to put his opponent in the dust. This pistol would surely go a good way at that. Swings on out, instant dink onto SK, and then just finishes him off 2-10. And that's all she wrote, right? One round away now for First Love. He's really, he is feeling it, right? Certain rounds, right? Some duels a little bit labored, but this is the First Love we know, right? Just expecting, having a good idea of where his opponent is, and then just instant micro adjustment onto the head. SK going to do something a little bit aggressive, right? Looking to throw the molly perhaps, but I'm not really sure what the intention is. Alright, out it goes. Smoke up. Flash to get ahead, actually. First Love has a good idea. Oh, just about dodges it. And again, because it's the Stinger, I think, yeah, First Love has to consider it. Oh, now SK. Nice little off angle and then closes it down with the Stinger, right? First Love probably should have seen it coming. Expected it in the first game, but didn't this time. Because of that, he has to take another round to try to close it out. SK will be pretty happy with that one. Nice little move there to get aggressive, and First Love just not expecting the Phoenix to be so far forward, right? He probably expected him to be, you know, somewhere further up here in tiles. But yeah, that's nice from SK. Right, nice little heads up play. Then the adjustment from First Love, just, you know, hold up here and, you know, just try to catch anyone trying to look down into tiles, right? Nice little off angle. Don't think SK will be ready for this. Oh, actually jumps the gun. Okay, now they know exactly which other. Again, down to a straight 1v1. First Love takes him down incredibly low, but he can heal up once again as well. He's actually going to teleport across. I don't think SK expects it. Yeah. And that's going to be 5-2. First Love making pretty quick work of his opponent. And books himself a slot in the quarterfinals. That's going to be 2-0. Once again, we've only had 2-0 so far on the mainstream. Courtesy of the favourites really just, you know, performing up to the standards that we know that they can. But yeah, again, another relatively quick game. Interesting still, right? There were moments in which, I mean, both players struggled a little bit. SK, nice couple of rounds in which he got. Right, but First Love, the favourite from start to finish and just stayed ahead all the way. So yeah, I mean, after this, we are going to have, we are going to have Chubby Ninja's match coming right up, right? It's gonna be Chubby Ninja against Seaphone. I think that's the next, yeah, that's the next match we have. It's gonna come right up. Yeah. So what are your thoughts so far, right? We've seen Ascent. Now on Sunset, the smoke seems Omen seems pretty viable, right? Because you do have a blind as well for anyone who's maybe trying to push you close, or if you know exactly where he is, you want to blind him, you have that as well, but you've got the smokes to play around. So, yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I'm keen to see someone play a Sentinel and just play really cagey, although it would probably be really annoying for the opposition player. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win, right? Yeah. Let's check in on the streams. Yeah, I think it's been real interesting. Crysania's made it, so we're not gonna see him today. We're gonna see him in the quarterfinals tomorrow against the winner of our next match. Yeah, so far so good, right? No major surprises have hit us just yet, and of course, this is just the very beginning, right? As we go down the bracket, the games will get tighter. You get closer and probably more thrilling, right? Because both players will be, you might see players who know each other play against each other as well, right? And that just means that there's an added level of pressure or just personal rivalry going in, right? And you're gonna see that in full view next weekend at PLQ, right? This week, in the quarters, I think it's still a bit of a filtering process. Right? But if you're free, right, once again, 12 to 6 p.m., 7th September, PLQ 3, 5th floor, do make your way there, right? We're going to have booths from our sponsors, Apple and Mansa Computers as well. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring this event, and also, of course, Aegon by AOC, right? This is the AOC Masters 2024. We are just doing up the Singapore side of the bracket, right? All 9 countries just running it their own ways with little twists here and there. And for us, this is how we've ended up here, right? Probably the first time ever you guys are seeing 1v1 in Valorant being played competitively, right? Usually it's you and your friend going in custom server, taking shots at one another. This time you get to do it with potentially a prize pool on the line. So why not, right? Winners get a trip to Bangkok. That's the most amazing part about this, right? You get to face off against the representatives from all other nations. Duke it out for the total prize pool of USD $3,000, which is a lot, right? Considering you're already getting your accommodations and your flight tickets paid for as well. It's a lot for these players. You are taking part individually as well, so you get to keep everything that you earn. So I'm just gonna check in with where I think after this we'll go for a short little break, and then when we're back, we're gonna take a look at Champion Ninja against Seafoam. So don't go too far away. We'll be right back and see you soon.
Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I really think you should, yeah. I really think you should, yeah. showing all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers and names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Oh, I realized I've been muted. I think I've been muted the whole time. All right. So yeah, I apologize if I've been muted the whole time, I think. So yeah, this is welcome. This is stage 2, right? Preliminary stage 2 of AOC Masters 2024. We're gonna be heading back into sunset. We're gonna have Victoria, Chubby Ninja, our VCT host, analyst, does it all on the desk, right? Whatever you call her, right? She's here to play. She's here to show these new kids on the block what she's made of, right? Playing with the fever as well. So yeah, I mean, sick, but what's better than having a real good reason to stay in and play Valorant, right? It's gonna be sunset, middle, right? We've seen this between First Love and SK005. And yeah, maybe Victoria's been getting some training from Alex as well. how to approach this map. We know that Paperex loves this map, right? But you do have your options limited to middle, right? If you're on defense, you have to pick from top of mid or pick from market. And if you're on the attack, you do have a couple more options, right? That's going to be, a small advantage in the favor of Victoria. Both of them, of course, unknowingly, hovering on the Phoenix. Seaphone has locked it in, right? He was thinking of going for the ISO, but instead he's going to opt for the Phoenix with the ability to heal up as well. So that could be interesting. And yeah, see, they're really having some nice banter in the chat as well, right? Seaphone, of course, coming in through the first stage of the preliminary stages, right? Taking down Bloop Bloop 2-1. The winner of this will go into the quarters, so it's quite a lot to play for, right? When to make it to the quarters, you win one more game, and you're already in the semis, and that means that you're going to be showing up. They're going to have to play on land, see their opponents face to face, stare them down in the eye, look each other square in the eyeballs and compete. That's going to be at PLQ. So now it's about getting there. And in fact, both players are actually going to go on to the Phoenix. And let's see. They're having their own discussions in the chat, right? I'm pretty sure you guys can see it as well. It's swift play, so do remember, it's exactly how swift play works, but it's just a 1v1 instead. So they are actually going to go for the knife, it seems. This is going to be really interesting, right? We haven't had a knife round all game, right? If all players, if you're playing with the pistols, but this time, we're going to get a truce between the attackers in unison. We fight as one, right? Just going out for the cowboy showdown. Knives out, slashes back and forth. Oh, Seafood actually gets tagged down. And actually both gonna go for the heal. It was gonna chase Victoria as well. The blind is perfect, but he's not gonna get it. And he's gonna get it still in the end. Seafood wins out the battle on the blades. It gets the first round on the board. Looking to get a Vandal. Nope, swords back to the Guardian. Flip-flopping between the two, but Seafood actually does win it out in the end. And Victoria will have to start with a minor disadvantage, right? A minor handicap. Seafood has, indeed proved himself to be the superior knifer.
Someone get the spike.
Here we go in the second round. Rifle advantage for Seafood. Ooh, that's a nice little wall. Victoria actually fix out the fact that she could cross on over. Bring the edge of this. Oh, Victoria actually does come out on top. The Guardian not proving too useful for Seafood. And that's a very nice little trick, a nice little crafty maneuver there from Victoria. Well, she's got the tricks to party here as well, right? She loses the knife duel and she says, you know what? Let's show what I can do with the guns. Right, just catches Seafoam off guard. Okay, I think we got a match on our hands, right? It's a nice little idea, right? The wall down middle, it was suggestive for so many different plays. Victoria starting with the walk towards A. That's a little bit odd. As far as I know, I think they were limited to going middle. Right, but she's gone all the way behind them. And so I don't quite know if Seafoam's gonna expect this. Yeah, she actually gets the kill. Question is, what was there a minor foul play in that? Yeah, so that's a good question. Right, and one that my gut instinct tells me that it isn't, based on the screenshots that would have been sent out to them. But yeah, it remains to be seen. Let's see. Yeah, I think they do have a. I think they do have a valid point, but yeah, we're just gonna check on in. But I mean, as we get to the end of this first half, But yeah, they're gonna look for this next 1v1 and Victoria, yep. A little bit later on the spray this time from Seaphone once again, but we're gonna go into the second half level pegging. Question. Yeah, the question is still if what Victoria did was allowed. Which I don't think so. Yeah. So minor inconvenience there. Huge apologies for that. Let's see if the players are intending to. Why are there two? Oh, okay. Let's see. I mean, Seaphone's okay to play ball, right? He wants to carry on and going for the second round of knives. Out comes the molly, out comes the daggers from Seaphone, and he gets the kill once again. The superior knifer. The melee god, they call him Seaphone. And so, it's a third round for him, right? Going to the second half even. And then now once again, right, the Sovereign Knife looking pretty good on him, right? He's 2 for 2 in melee 1v1s now. He's actually going to purchase up Phantom straight away in the second round. But okay, here we go. Another roll of the dice here, Victoria. Ooh, again, like similar to the second round in the first half, right? The flash goes out and knows exactly where Seaphone is. Gonna drop a shallow molly. Healing up, swings on out, and again, just instantly adjusts onto the head of Seaphone. It keeps us level pegging. Probably one of the closer matches we've seen so far. Both players neck and neck, right? Victoria just very crafty with the Spectre. I like that. Right? Very nice moves. Even with a fever. Even with illness. Just playing through it. Fighting like a champion we know she is.
I got you, bruv.
Seeing a real nice duel between the Phoenix players here. Well, oh, okay. Seaphone has been spotted out, so has Victoria. The double flash keeps him behind. Molly, oh, Victoria swings on out and she does actually win out the duel once again. It's gonna be Victoria to put herself onto match point first.
Don't start resting. Still work to do.
Right, the champions bundle coming alive as she ascends in the server into the lead, and she now has a chance to take the first round away from Seaphone. Right, both of them, we talked about this could be, you know, a pretty even matchup, right? The Victoria coming in with all the experience in VCT. Just here to prove that maybe she can shoot just as hard as the pros. Learning a thing or two with the Phoenix. Gets caught out. Seaphone, no, swings on now and actually does win the duel. So we are going into overtime. What a way to kick things off here, right? The second match we're having here in the second stage. It's the first map in the best of 3, and we're already going into overtime. So it all comes down to this, right? One round to separate the two. Victoria on defense, Seaphone on attack. It's been so close. Remember, Seaphone won 2 knife battles as well. So when it comes down to the weaponry, Victoria has had the advantage, right? Has looked slightly sharper, but she knows exactly where her opponent is. And in OT, she might just go back down to the Spectre once again, or maybe with the Judge. What does she opt to go for? It's actually going to be the Judge, and Seaphone with just the Phantom. Oh, doesn't know where Victoria is. Oh, looking away to dodge it as well. Okay. Now he knows where Victoria is. Just gonna play around it. Right, the back. But I think Seaphone might just surround him. Oh, they know exactly where each other are. Oh, but this is a brilliant reposition here from Victoria. Seaphone, I don't think he expects it. Oh, the flash is good, but that's given away her position. And so now they know exactly where each other are. But I think Seaphone has a bit of a heads up in this duel. Victoria is stuck between the rock and a hard place. She has to tuck on in. Using the second flash, goes on out. She knows that Seaphone's there, but is Seaphone gonna expect her so close and personal? He is. C4 with the Phantom hits the headshot right at the end to take the first map of this series. Puts himself up with the advantage, but what a close map that was. First map of Sunset going in the favor of C4, coming through the first stage. And yeah, taking the first map against Victoria, right? But they both made it close, right? Nice rounds to begin with. You know, first time we're seeing it here today. Right? Amazingly fun stuff to watch, I have to say. But yeah, I mean, C4 still came on top at the end. Interestingly enough, Victoria ends with the higher ACS. I don't know how that was. She probably just did more damage on the rounds in which she lost. So yeah, I think are they? Let's see. All right, yeah. So it is going to be. It's going to be more or less the same for the second map, right? So we're going to see them kind of swap around in terms of their starting side. So I think Victoria started on attack in the first map. She's going to start on defense for the second. Yeah. And you know, C4, one map to the good, he can kind of take it a little bit chiller, right? Not so much pressure. Maybe he can go for a couple more knives. I don't know. He's kind of free to do what he wants. But yeah. Victoria playing on a fever and still making it all the way, right? Taking us to overtime. You know, that's huge kudos, right? But this game is still incredibly close, right? And anybody could win. Both of them having good fun with it, of course. That's what you want to see, right? That's the whole spirit of the 1v1, right? I mean, you know, you are still trying to make it to Bangkok, kind of, but you know, for players who are maybe newer or like don't really play as much like competitively or like in tournaments such as these. It's a nice way to make a new friend or two, or to just have a little bit of fun, which is what both of them are doing, and I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing to see. Yeah. So I don't know. Does Victoria know? Oh, okay. Apparently Vic's PC crashed. So yeah, that's that. Playing on, you know, maybe you guys would call a potato. You know, still having good fun with it, and a couple of nice Spectre shots as well, though I have to say. That was nice from Victoria, right? So yeah, I mean, very cool stuff all around. C4 looking good, perhaps, to make it to the quarters. You know, I would absolutely love it if this goes to 3. If this is the first series that we get. You know, all the games so far have been pretty convincing 2-0s, right? We've had Persona 11 just, you know, kind of taking his opponent apart. Who else have we had? We've had First Love against SK, right? Again, it was like 5-1, 5-2, something of the sort. We've had Miss take down Ruby Geneval, and that was probably the closest one we've had so far, right? Miss was 3-0 up, and then Ruby Geneval went up 4-3, but Miss still just won the last 2 rounds. And then Pretty Princess just, I think, you know, ran into a bit of trouble against Mal on Ascent, where I think Mal was playing the Yoru. Right? Nice couple of tricks here and there, but didn't work out in this winning an actual map. Yeah, so everyone's kind of bringing nice few tidbits of ideas into the table. And we are going to see more of that, right? I think especially as we get closer to the finals, you know, when it comes to actually being able to, you know, make it to get a slot into Bangkok, maybe that's when these players start to play a little bit sweaty as well, right? But so far with the bigger skill gaps between the first few in the opponents of the first few matches, you know, it's kind of been just, you know, let's swing and see what we get, right? But we are gonna head back in to Sunset, right? It's map 2 now. Victoria has a chance to equalize the state of affairs, or is it going to be C4 to just take it in 2? This time C4 is going to go on to the Neon. Yeah, he has already locked it in. It's up to Victoria to see what she wants to play. I think she's been playing a bit of Chamber. I don't know. I could be wrong, but maybe just agreed to both go on Neon as well. Yeah. You know, don't say this is from me, right? I may or may not see all her unrated matches with Alex, and I think I always see her on the chamber. So, but don't quote me on it. Yeah, I did not say anything. But yeah, Seaphone, a round to the good. After winning his initial matchup 2-1 as well against Blue. So we're gonna have sunset for the rest of the day, right? I think tomorrow when we move into the quarterfinals, it's actually gonna be Seaside on Haven. So, the first time we're gonna see an actual bomb site being contested, right? It's been middle on Ascent, now middle on Sunset. Both kind of similar, right? It gives enough options for the defense to peek off. Even though the end product, you are still fighting in kind of a congested zone. But both players actually going for Neon. So that's interesting. I don't know if they've coordinated this at all. I don't think they have, right? We have access to chat between both parties. But it's gonna be another mirror matchup, right? Both of them saying, let's keep it interesting, right? Let's go for. Let's have as fair a fight as possible, right? Gentleman's agreement, right? The 9th round, similar agents. Just a lot of fun and a lot of respect all throughout. Yeah, you can see Seafoam just absolutely surprised that Victoria has gone for the same agent pick as him yet again. Very interesting stuff from both sides. Are they going for knife once again, or are they going to go for a more cookie cutter pistol round this time around? Seafoam's got the Sheriff. Don't know what Victoria has. I think she might go for armor. Oh, she goes up for the Sheriff as well. These two players somehow have been mirroring each other quite a lot, right? The first time they both have proper pistols to play, they both gone for the Sheriffs. Victoria, a couple of nice body shots, but Seafoam's the one to get the double body shot first. Victoria landed first blood there, but unable to finish off the kill, and it's going to be Seafoam to get the first round on attack, and maybe going for the Ares as well in the second round, right? Victoria's Spectre has been hella sharp. And so maybe the counter, as we saw from, who was it? Ruby Genevo against Miss, is to pull out a heavy machine gun, just the Odin on the Ares, and just spray them down. Coming out from market this time, Victoria. Ooh, here's everything. Seaphone just jiggling in. Oh, Victoria has come on out. Oh, actually, it swapped off on Garden in the end, so opting to discard the Ares. And again, it's the Spectre from Victoria that gets the kill. Her Spectre is on another level. I wish I could do that with my Spectre. Never ever do though. So she's definitely been putting the hours on it. You should just keep the Spectre for the rest of the game, right? Just have a nice bit of fun while you're at it. It's proving to be more lethal than the actual rifles themselves.
Stop them, please. Thank you.
It's real interesting to watch, right? Victoria once again peeking from the market position, and Seaphone hears everything that's going on, swings on out. Gets a headshot with the Phantom as well. The rifle advantage, right, with Victoria opting to stick to the Spectre, not working out for her. It's gonna be last round and a half already. 2-1 at the moment for Seaphone. Struggling to make the jump up. They're just playing around with it. Victoria has got the champions bundle out here as well. Neon against Neon. Sad that we can't see both of them get their outs online, but oh, she's just switching off the Vandal in the end. She's gonna hold it. Oh, Seafoam dodges the relay bolt. Playing with it. Both of them just making a lot of noise, knowing exactly where each other are. Oh, she's kind of stuck behind. Right, Seafoam knows exactly where she is. Oh, Victoria actually very smartly there goes across. 1v1 now between Seafoam and Victoria, and it's gonna be Victoria to come on out on top. So still very much neck and neck here, these two players.
Again.
They just don't want to be too far apart, right? Victoria saying she's shaking. Not sure if it's from the fever or if it's from the game. Maybe a bit of both. But yeah, I mean, she's keeping herself in it, right? It's amazing to see, right? Maybe sometimes playing while you're sick is the way to go. I don't know. You guys can ask Victoria all about it. I'm just here. Some great 1v1 action.
Let's go.
Sheriff out for Seaphone and Ghost out for Victoria. Playing for the headshots again. Victoria just jumping around. Remember, no armor on both players. It's down to 2 bullets. Seaphone just standing out in the open to take the duel. Victoria playing with her food. As now Seaphone makes a move down towards the pillar in middle. They still know where each other are. Right, just play a little bit safer. Both sides a little bit more cagey this time around. And now Seaphone makes a move to the bottom of middle. Victoria's actually holding for him. It's just whether or not she expects it. But he actually doubles back the defense. Victoria still just holding, jiggling and waiting. Seaphone and Victoria now. Here comes the big duel. And it's Seaphone to come on the top. 2 body shots. Victoria just dashing right into his open arms. And he says, thank you very much. Because we're now going to have none of these second round buys, right? This time Seaphone going for the Spectre as well, right? Victoria's Spectre has been so incredible, right? I think every time she's lost a pistol, he's come back and won the second round with the Spectre. It's quite ridiculous. So now both sides with a Spectre, now we really get to see if it's, Victoria's Spectre just being that good, or if Seaphone can respond in kind. I think he's not expecting her to be there. Oh, this time though, Seaphone actually gets the kill in the end. Crouches down, and even though Victoria gets the dink, the armor protects him. Just a little bit sharper, Seaphone. And so now we're at match point. Victoria. One last roll of the dice potentially. Buys the Sheriff and the Judge. Seaphone's just gonna use the Phantom to possibly try and close things out at the first attempt. Fast lane down middle, suggesting the cross. But that's not what Victoria's playing for, right? She's just playing for his aggression. And now she gives her position away a little bit. Oh, Seaphone. Okay, she's actually gonna come on in with the Phantom, but the range just doesn't work in Victoria's favor. A little bit too far. And that's gonna be Seaphone to take the second map 5-2 as well. And he's gonna be the one to put himself in the quarterfinals. Commiserations to Victoria, playing with the fever, but still showing up and giving it her best nonetheless. So huge commiserations, but it was great to have her here with us today. That was amazing. Yeah, I mean, Seaphone, we're gonna see him tomorrow, right? So we saw him with the Radiant Gun buddy as well. I think he could well be one of the contenders to make it all the way as well, right? Tomorrow, I think the winner of this is gonna go up against. Let me just take a look. Yeah, the winner of this goes up against Chrysania. Right, Chrysania of course hasn't played today because the 2 players in round 1 both didn't show up. So Chrysania got a free bye into the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, it's gonna be Seaphone to take him on tomorrow. Winner of that, instant spot in PLQ next week. So yeah, I mean, so far so good, right? I think games are getting more interesting as we move along in the day. Still quite incredible what we saw, right? Both players picking the exact same agents all the time, in both rounds between Chubby Ninja and Seaphone. So yeah, that was a real fun game to watch. And I think we do still have 3 more games on the stream though. So just stay with us, right? We're getting the next game ready already. It's going to be between Wonky as well as another player who got a bye straight away. Fane against Wonky. So Fane's gonna be someone that I think we should recognize, or we could recognize. I think played a lot in the local tournaments. I think especially around about 2 years ago, like last year. Hasn't been too active recently, I believe. But he's a name that I know can be pretty sharp as well. I think him on the Sentinel was pretty good. But 1v1, right? slightly different rules. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to come up with. But yeah, I think it's looking good so far. This has been a fun little tournament to have, right? This is 1v1. I mean, the whole point is not to have it like hyper competitive, like we do with the full 5v5 events, right? Have a little bit of fun, right? Both players agreeing to 9 rounds as well. I think that's great. All in the spirit of just having fun, right? And also proving yourself, but in a less competitive and less formal setting. I think it's great, right? AOC Masters, very innovative in coming with the 1v1, right? First time I'm trying it as well. So if you guys kind of have a way to have more creative ways about it, maybe feel free to let us know in the chat as well, right? But yeah, I mean, this really just it's a nice, interesting first roll of the dice here from AOC. Of course, wouldn't be possible without our sponsors as well, APOL and Mensa. If you do head down to find us at PLQ next week, you're actually going to see them with their booths as well, right? There'll be free snacks and refreshments there as well. So really, if you can come down and find us, PLQ 3, 5th floor, 1st unit, do come down, right? We'll be more than happy to come and see you guys stick around with us, right? We're just gonna wait for Fane to come on in. I think he is just sort of getting ready. So I think when both players are in the lobby, I'll come back and join you guys, right? So we'll run a quick ad, and then we'll be back.
Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers and names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Your phone book full of numbers, stared and names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, stared and names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. a winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AOC Masters 2024. Singapore qualifiers, of course, this weekend will be the stage where we get to decide our top 8 heading into the semi-finals for next week. Right? Why am I saying top 8 semi-finals? That's because we've got 2 groups. Right? You're going to have 2 different sets of semi-finalists, and they're all going to be making their way to PLQ next week. So yeah, next week, PLQ 3, 5th floor, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. September 7th, right? So it's exactly a week from now. Do join us there. We'll be crowning our champions who will be heading over to represent Singapore, over there in Bangkok, and they're going to be fighting for a chance to call themselves the AOC Masters for 2024, right? 9 regions. You've got Australia, Singapore, Thailand, Thailand, Vietnam, South Korea, Taiwan. A lot of different regions, all going to send 2 representatives each. And it is just a 1v1 tournament. Right, so it's all mostly down to individual mechanical skills. So unfortunately, the game that we kind of had that was scheduled won't be able to come to fruition likely because Fane hasn't checked in. So yeah, it could be a buy for Wonky, but we do have another game lined up for you guys. That's going to be all the way at the bottom of the Group B bracket. It's going to be between Draken and Saint Jimmy. Saint Jimmy, of course, coming in after defeating his opponent in the preliminary stage 1. So yeah, we're going to have stage 2, and then the winner of this will go into the quarterfinals tomorrow, where we're going to run all the quarterfinals matches on the same day. And so yeah, right, all these players still in with a shout to win $388 plus a host of gifts from AOC. Right, includes a monitor, includes a mouse, includes a keyboard, includes a headset. Right, all courtesy of AOC, and of course, brought to you by our partners as well. Right, Mansa Computers as well as APOL. You're gonna be able to see their booths next week if you do head down to PLQ. But for now, let's jump in to Sunset once again. St. Jimmy against Draken. Yeah, it's gonna be Vice on St. Jimmy and I think a Gecko on Draken. Right, the rules are pretty clear cut, right? You have to go in towards middle, but we've seen a lot of creative ways around it. First time we're seeing a Sentinel being played, and the newest one at that, Vice. So yeah, I think this is gonna be really interesting, right? So is it just gonna be purely passive, or is there gonna be some variation in the gameplay, right? I think. It would be slightly annoying if you're playing against someone who's just kind of turtling all the way, right? But if the rules of the game do allow it, right? You have to just take pure aim duels. You can use your utility, and so with the Sentinel, you might just force your opponent to come in and take a fight that he doesn't wanna. So yes, a flash for Draken, as well as the Wingman. Whereas in the hands of Vice for St. Jimmy, it's just a Sheriff buy. He's got the opportunity to potentially use the flash. So yeah, Gecko against Vice, the newest agent in the game. What are we gonna see here? The flash, remember, it can go through the wall, right? But Dizzy doesn't catch anyone, but now they know exactly where each other are. Draken just a little bit off the mark. St. Jimmy with the Sheriff will find the opening kill. First blood go in favor of the attacker. Yeah, so it's gonna be really interesting, right? We haven't seen much of Vice. In fact, she just came out. She was just publicly playable yesterday. So yeah, this is very interesting, right? The Arc Rose, the Flash. Remains to be seen. Oh, that's a pretty interesting. Okay, well, clearly hasn't worked too well with the Razor Vine. Throwing it out yet again. See if she catches anyone. Meanwhile, the Arc Rose is gonna go out. The Flash, Wingman being sent out by Draken. So she opted for a full eco, full screens, but the classic. Does he know that he's there? Right, it's the Marshal, swaps out for the Sheriff. Oh, and St. Jimmy gets caught with his pants down, but he's just crouching forward. Draken gets the kill after St. Jimmy misses his shot, swaps out for the Sheriff after missing a shot on the Marshal. Not the wisest choice, my friend. You've got a player with the classic up close and personal. And so yeah, that's a way to win a round. Draken just crouch walked all the way forward. And St. Jimmy was just totally unprepared. Well, St. Jimmy does play quite a bit of this game, I'm sure, right? At this point, you still have to purchase the agent. So here we go again, another use of the Arc Rose through the wall. You've not been blinded yet. Oh, Draken, but now though has to use Dizzy. St. Jimmy doesn't shoot it, but he doesn't have a weapon with him. He's still with the classic, and don't think he bought up. Didn't realize that he could buy up. And so it's gonna be a Phantom kill for St. Jimmy. Wingman comes out yet again. This time though, the Vandal does come on out. Yeah, I mean, just based on the skins, we can clearly tell who's putting a few more hours into the game and a bit more cash into the game. Not seen too much from the Vice utility so far just yet. I think, ooh, this is interesting, right? He knows exactly where he is. Swaps out to the Vandal now. Ooh, Wingman being used out. Actually collects the flashback, but Draken though, crouching round the corner, but St. Jimmy crouches back in return and gets a nice little adjustment onto his opponent. And so now goes into the second half with a 3-1 lead. Of course, St. Jimmy, having played the first round, comes in a little bit hotter, right? No, actually St. Jimmy was waiting the second round, right? I think it was Draken who had to play in the first stage of the preliminary rounds. So yeah, he's definitely earned his spot here. But going up against a Sentinel when you have to attack, it's gonna be tough, right? Well, you can't plant, but there's so many traps. It could be late. Let's sort of see what Vice tech Mr. St. Jimmy has for us. Just positioning the flash in such a way where, yeah, he allows you to peek off. Right, Draken now, both players giving away their position. It's just a ghost for Draken. St. Jimmy actually opts to walk down now, using the wingman to try and clear some space. Doesn't spot anything. St. Jimmy dancing around the pillar, catches Draken off guard, gets one body shot in. Draken has to nail the head if he wants to win it. Flashes himself in the process, not what you want to see, but St. Jimmy is gonna get a kill at the end. Sweeps on out and collects the frag. Now it's 4-1.
Progress. Good.
Pretty dominant so far. But more so rely on his mechanical prowess. So Dragon's up against it, right? It's just second round of the second half, but you're fighting up against match point already. Best of 3, of course, but going a map down is not what you want. We haven't seen someone come back from the reverse sweep just yet. We haven't even seen a 3-map series so far. Ooh, the Vine, yeah, it's gonna slow Draken and actually gonna take a bit of damage as well. Losing 5 points of health. Has the Bulldog but doesn't have armor. St. Jimmy running down already. I don't think Draken expects it. Yeah, St. Jimmy just peeks around the corner and collects Draken's body. He takes the first map 5-1. That's gonna be a pretty dominant performance here from St. Jimmy, right? You know, waiting in the second round for his opponent and then just coming in fresh, coming in hard, and taking the map win straight away. So yeah, we are gonna have a round 2, right? It's gonna be the exact same spot between the exact same map in the exact same area, right? But this time, I think both players will have a better feel for each other. St. Jimmy, nice couple of ideas on the Vice, right? Of course, something that we haven't really seen, haven't really gotten a chance to experiment with. I think Vice could become pretty relevant, right? In quite a lot of scenarios, especially with the flash, right? A Sentinel that can afford to flash for the team as well. That's something that I think we haven't seen, we haven't had in the game, right? It's just another layer of being able to defend for yourself on the side, right? If players come on in, you pop the flash, boom. You can deter them, right? Take a couple of duels on your terms. So yeah. There we have it. I think once the players are ready and back, we will be able to go to the second map. Let's see. Hopefully Dragon gives us a little bit more, right? I think with Vice probably not used to it, but St. Jimmy as well. Just hitting a couple of nice adjustments so far. I think we can see a bit more from both players. You know, much like we saw from Victoria against, what was it, against Seaflow? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's from Victoria against Seaflow, right? They just really had their fun with it. So yeah, it remains to be seen if someone decides to change up the agent. I don't think St. Jimmy changes it up, right? You know, you did well on the Vice. He's gonna go for the breach instead, right? Yep, changing it up works, I guess. And Draken changing it to the Sova. we go again. This time, St. Jimmy starting out on defense and Draken being the one that has to take a bit more initiative. Instantly purchasing a full set of utility as well, right? For St. Jimmy.
The best of the best, and we still forget the spike.
Hold on. Alright. I think we should be good. Yeah, St. Jimmy is a round to the good. Let's head to the second map, the second round. Right, we're yet to see a three map series so far. Could this be the first, right? With how St. Jimmy, how dominant he was in that first map. Doesn't look necessarily like it, but you never know. St. Jimmy now swings on now. Oh, nice headshot from Draken, and he does get it in the end. Just spams the left click button. Actually collects the body of St. Jimmy. A nice little dink as well. Early on there, that really set the pace, right? Almost ran out of bullets, I think, with his very last bullet. May just collect the frag in the end. So Draken will be pretty happy with that. A pistol that goes his way. St. Jimmy getting the Sheriff for the second. It's a Spectre for the Sova.
Let us hunt.
Right, sees the fault line, knows exactly where he is. Again, the recon's gonna be good, knows exactly where St. Jimmy is. So she's standing and fighting with the Sheriff. Takes his time with the shots. It equalizes the state of affairs here against Draken. Now the rifles come on out, right? Rounds 3 and 4, all the players, everyone gets enough credits to be able to purchase almost anything they want, right? You kind of have to wait for the last one if you want to get an operator out, I believe. But we haven't really seen anyone go for it just yet.
Keep up the pressure.
But now, St. Jimmy, maybe looking for a fault line off the rip. Yeah, Draken's gonna get stunned on. He's still standing out in the open, and St. Jimmy knows exactly where he is. Oh, he's being pushed back by the aftershock, and both of the shots land St. Jimmy. Stunning, blinding, and then just pulverizing his opponent to the death. Just flooring him, just flooding him with utility. As he doesn't even have to shoot a single bullet to win the round. He's just switch it up here as well, right? Has the operator and then the Vandal to keep things interesting. Whereas Draken will have to have his work cut out for him once again. Choosing to pick from the left side of middle. All 4 rounds in a row. Again, here comes Silver Dart. Doesn't collect St. Jimmy, but now the... Oh, misses his shot actually. Goes for a flash and a repick, I'm sure. Draken moving away. Oh, St. Jimmy's actually moving up close. I'm not sure if Draken heard it. Yeah, he does. He's heard it, but he might just peek straight into the operator. And St. Jimmy gets him right in the head. 3-1 as we head into the second half. And St. Jimmy looking good to put himself in the quarterfinals already. Might just be another 2-0 here. How dominant the performance is. Doesn't go so far to the Vandal as well, right? He was playing for it. He had one right close, right beside him, up in top of middle. But he missed the first shot and he was like, I'm just gonna go up close, I'm just gonna fight. And he made it count.
Let's have some fun.
If Draken wants to have a chance back in this game, he's gonna have to do it this round, right? The pistol was the only round he won in the first half. Now that he's been stunned up, he has to dodge it. Oh, the flash is perfect from St. Jimmy. He's gonna run out with the knife, and Draken stuck between a rock and a hard place, but he still gets the kill with the right click on the classic. I mean, didn't even right click, he just left clicked all the way. And St. Jimmy just not fast enough to close the gap. Unfortunate for him. But he knows he kind of has control of the game. So just going for something a little bit more showboaty, a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more boisterous. Didn't necessarily work out for him. And so yeah, I mean, Draken has bought himself a lifeline, but he's still probably gonna struggle to see how he can kind of get back into the game. Again, the Sheriff from St. Jimmy, the flash is gonna be great. Oh, it's not actually. Shallow on the pillar. Yeah, Draken been fooled once, has to move away, but the blind is perfect yet again, and this time St. Jimmy just domes him, swings on in and says thank you very much. A helpless opponent. He hits the deck. So this could, again, be all she wrote already. St. Jimmy looking to close it out into Draken though, changing up the angle of attack, moving into market.
Okay.
So the breach has considered something else, right? Not sure if he will, but not sure. Yeah, I think Draken's can give his position away here as well. So now, I think St. Jimmy knows, yep. You can hear the sound of that, and he's pre-aiming exactly that angle. Oh, he's so blind yet again, I think. Oh, St. Jimmy wants to toy with him. Oh, he's gonna flash it. Oh, he might just stun him. He's actually going in for the knife. He doesn't expect him so close, and St. Jimmy right behind him gets the final frag. And it's gonna be 5-2 in the favor of St. Jimmy. Commiserations for Draken. But yeah, that's going to be both maps in succession once again for the winner. St. Jimmy puts himself a spot in the quarterfinals. Yeah, once again, another pretty dominant display. Right, the two closest maps we've probably had probably was the first one between Chubby Ninja and Seafoam, and then Mist as well as Mal, I believe, and Ruby Genevo, right, back on Ascent. So yeah, apart from that, it's been pretty comfortable for the winners so far. Yeah, I mean, remains to be seen, right? I think whoever plays Divine that game might be pretty interesting. We've got Lorenzo waiting as well to play against June, so that could be another close affair. But yeah, I mean, so far, all things considered, pretty comfortable, right? Not too many surprises to be had. No upsets at all. So yeah, everything's going smoothly, going fine. And the day is proceeding on, as you would imagine, right? Remember, quarterfinals tomorrow, semi-finals and the finals of each group will be held next week at PLQ, right? 7th of September, 12 to 6 p.m. We're gonna have Daniel Coden to take you guys through all the action live, right? You guys can head down there, see it for yourselves, see those players for yourselves, see who really is the sharpest shooter in Singapore, right? Winner, of course, goes to Bangkok, represents Singapore, right? Free flight, free accommodation, everything's provided for, and you get a chance, to bag yourself 1,200 USD as the grand champion. So it's definitely going to be cool for sure. Yeah, it's been an amazing event so far, and we're still not done with the action, right? Because as you mentioned, we do still have a couple of matches coming right up, right? We were supposed to have Fane against Wonky. Not sure if that's gonna happen, but what we should have is Lorenzo against June. So I think we're just gonna see which player is have it, as in, which players have reported or are present, and then we'll just bring them into the server. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, that's all you need to know, right? AOC Masters 2024, of course, brought to you by not just Aegon, by AOC, but also our sponsors, Apple as well as Mansa Computers. Next week, down at the live event, you're going to be able to see them with their booths, right? You can walk around, take a couple of snacks and refreshments that will be present on site, to just chill, enjoy some nice Valorant, right? Something different, right? Just 1v1, and then also maybe make a few friends, right? You never know who you're gonna see there, or maybe just meet a couple of your friends there as well, right? If you're in and around Paya Lebar or PLQ, do be sure to head on out. I think our next game should be I'm just gonna double check what the next game is, right? But on schedule, it should be Wabah versus Lexus. But we'll just kind of hold off on that just a little bit, right? But to set the context for you guys as well. Next week, we do come down. We do have a mini FIFA tournament being held live as well, right? Courtesy of GG Sports. Huge thanks to them for that, right? So if you know someone, or if you are someone who likes to play a bit of FIFA as well, if you're around the area, just pop by, say hi, right? Watch some Valorant and play FIFA. That's kind of life, right? Football and then Valorant, and life's good. Yeah. I think, on the 7th of September as well, we do have a few community prizes to give away. So if you guys are keen, right, we've got the GM310 AOC mouse, 10 of them worth $49 each. It gets better, right? GK450, the AOC keyboard, that's 3 of them worth $79 each. The GK480 keyboard worth $89 each. AGK 600. That keyboard actually goes to the winners, right? It's worth $169 each, and there are 3 of them. So you could be walking away with a prize that the grand champion actually takes as well, right? And then you're gonna have the GM300 headset, the AOC Masters mouse pad, as well as a couple of AOC travel pouches. So if you're too keen, head on down, right? It's gonna be PLQ3, 5th floor, 0501, 7th September, 12 to 6 p.m. So yeah, but I think in preparation of the next game, we're just gonna go for a quick intermission. And then after that, we'll be right back with more AOC Masters.
Been counting all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. should, yeah. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. Been counting all your your phone book full of numbers staring names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found me. I think you should. I'll be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.